Picture this. You've spent your whole life working hard, raising a family, and now, finally, you have the time and freedom to see the world. Maybe you've dreamed of strolling through the cobblestone streets of Europe, cruising through the Caribbean, or taking that long-awaited cross-country road trip. It sounds perfect, doesn't it? But what if I told you that, for many seniors, these dream vacations can quickly turn into exhausting, stressful, or even dangerous experience? Take the case of Richard, a 74-year-old retiree who had always been in good health. He and his wife, Linda, booked a luxury cruise, something they had been looking forward to for years. But just a few days into the trip, Richard started experiencing severe chest pain. The ship's medical staff could only offer basic care, and because they were miles away from the nearest hospital, he had to be airlifted to shore. The result? A terrifying, costly ordeal that left him shaken and questioning whether the trip was worth it at all. This isn't just a one-time horror story. As we age, our bodies and minds go through changes that can make traveling far more challenging than we anticipate. And while younger people might bounce back from a tiring flight or a bout of food poisoning, the consequences for someone over 70 can be much more severe. The truth is, traveling after 70 isn't as simple as packing a suitcase and booking a flight. There are real risks that many older adults fail to consider until it's too late. But does this mean you should never travel again? Absolutely not. The key is knowing what challenges to expect and how to prepare for them. In this video, we're going to uncover the hidden dangers of traveling after 70, risks that most people don't think about until they're already in trouble. And most importantly, we'll show you how to travel smarter, safer, and with greater peace of mind. Stay with us until the end, because we'll not only reveal the most unexpected travel risks, ones that could cost you your health, money, and peace of mind, but also share practical solutions to help you avoid them. Let's get started. 1. The unpredictability of health. Why medical emergencies are more common after 70. Most people don't like to think about it, but the reality is that as we age, our bodies become less predictable. Aches and pains that were once minor annoyances can turn into serious health concerns. A small cold can escalate into pneumonia. A slight swelling in the legs after a long flight could be a warning sign of a blood clot. And when you're traveling, these risks become even more dangerous. Imagine you're on a long-haul flight to Europe. You've been sitting for hours, your legs feel stiff, and by the time you arrive, you notice some swelling in your calves. You assume it's normal, just from the travel. But what if that swelling is a deep vein thrombosis, DVT, a condition that can lead to a deadly pulmonary embolism? For seniors, long periods of immobility, dehydration, and changes in air pressure during flights significantly increase the risk of developing BLU. Then there's the issue of existing health conditions. High blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease might be well managed at home, but traveling can throw everything off balance. The change in routine, unfamiliar foods, and even altitude differences can cause unexpected flare-ups. Even something as simple as forgetting to take medications at the correct time because of time zone changes can have dangerous consequences. Now, let's talk about medical care. If you're at home and something goes wrong, you know where the nearest hospital is, and your doctor is just a phone call away. But when you're in a foreign country, or even just out of state, finding immediate and reliable medical care can be a challenge. Some destinations lack advanced healthcare facilities, and if you don't have the right travel insurance, an emergency hospital visit could leave you with an overwhelming bill. So what can you do? First, always check with your doctor before taking a major trip. A pre-travel health assessment can help identify potential risks. Second, make sure you have comprehensive travel insurance that covers medical emergencies and medical evacuation. Third, stay proactive. Move around during flights, stay hydrated, and pack extra medication in case of unexpected delays. Being prepared can mean the difference between a trip of a lifetime and a medical nightmare. 2. Weakening immune system. The hidden risk of illness while traveling. When you're in your 30s or 40s, catching a cold while traveling is an inconvenience. You might feel sick for a day or two, but you bounce back quickly. However, after 70, the story is completely different. The immune system naturally weakens with age, making it harder to fight off infections. A simple respiratory infection can turn into bronchitis or pneumonia. A mild case of food poisoning can lead to severe dehydration. And the worst part? Traveling puts you in environments that are perfect for germs to spread. Think about it. Airports, airplanes, crowded tourist attractions, and public transportation. All of these places are breeding grounds for bacteria and viruses. Airplane cabins are particularly problematic. You're breathing in recycled air for hours, surrounded by people from all over the world, any of whom could be carrying a virus your body has never encountered before. Studies show that airplane passengers are far more likely to get sick after flying than they are from other forms of travel. Then there's food and water. Trying new foods is one of the best parts of traveling, but it also comes with risks. Different cooking methods, spices, and local water sources can wreak havoc on your digestive system. What locals can eat without a problem might send a traveler into severe gastrointestinal distress. And if you end up with food poisoning or a waterborne illness, recovery takes much longer when you're older. So how do you protect yourself? The first step is boosting your immune system before the trip. Make sure you're up to date on recommended vaccinations, including flu, pneumonia, and any travel-specific shots for your destination. Always carry hand sanitizer and disinfect frequently touched surfaces, especially on airplanes and in hotel rooms. Stick to bottled water in unfamiliar areas and avoid raw foods in places where sanitation might be questionable. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you start feeling unwell, don't push through it. Rest and recover before things get worse. 3. Cognitive decline and memory issues, the risk no one talks about. One of the biggest but least discussed dangers of traveling in your 70s and beyond is the impact of cognitive decline. It doesn't have to be full-blown dementia. Many seniors experience mild memory lapses, confusion, or difficulty adjusting to new environments. This can lead to situations that range from inconvenient to downright dangerous. Imagine you're exploring a new city. You step out of your hotel to grab a coffee, but as you walk down unfamiliar streets, you suddenly realize you're not sure how to get back. You don't remember the name of your hotel, and your phone battery is dead. For a younger traveler, this would be an annoying but manageable situation. For an older adult with mild cognitive decline, it can be terrifying. Jet lag, changes in routine, and sensory overload can all make memory problems worse. Some seniors find that they struggle to remember important details like flight times, medication schedules, or even recognizing landmarks in a new place. And in extreme cases, cognitive impairment can make a person more vulnerable to scams. So what's the solution? The first step is recognition. If you or a loved one has experienced forgetfulness at home, be extra cautious when traveling. Always carry an ID card with emergency contact information. Write down the name and address of your hotel and keep it in your pocket. If traveling internationally, have a translation of key phrases in the local language, including how to ask for help. It's also important to never travel alone if you're dealing with cognitive changes. A trusted travel companion can provide support and ensure you stay safe. Even for independent seniors, joining a guided tour or group travel program can add an extra layer of security. 4. Medication management, the travel risk you can't afford to ignore. For many seniors, daily medications are a part of life. Blood pressure pills, diabetes medications, heart prescriptions, these are essential for maintaining health. But when traveling, managing medications can become complicated, and a simple mistake can lead to dangerous consequences. Imagine you're on a long flight to Italy. You packed all your medications, but when you open your bag mid-flight, you realize you left your insulin in your checked luggage. Now, you have a 10-hour flight ahead, and there's nothing you can do. Or perhaps you arrive in a country where your prescription is considered a controlled substance, and customs officers confiscate it. Suddenly, you're in a foreign country without the medication you depend on. One of the biggest issues for seniors traveling is ensuring they have enough medication for the entire trip, plus extra for emergencies. Many people make the mistake of packing just enough for the number of days they're traveling, but delays, lost luggage, or unexpected extended stays can leave them in trouble. Even in well-developed countries, getting a prescription filled can take time, especially if the local healthcare system requires new consultations or paperwork before issuing medication. Then, there's the issue of medication schedules. Crossing time zones can throw off regular dosing routines. A pill that needs to be taken every 12 hours can become confusing when your usual schedule gets disrupted. Some medications require refrigeration, which can be difficult when moving between hotels or spending long hours on the road. So how can you avoid these problems? First, Always pack extra medication, at least a week's worth beyond your planned trip. Keep all medications in your carry-on bag, never in checked luggage, and bring a written prescription with both the brand and generic drug names in case you need a refill abroad. Check the medication laws in your destination country to avoid confiscation at customs. If you take medication that requires refrigeration, invest in a portable travel cooler. And finally, set alarms on your phone to remind you when to take your pills, adjusting for time zone differences if needed. 5. Physical exhaustion. Why travel fatigue hits harder after 70. Most people underestimate how physically demanding travel can be, even when they're in good shape. Long flights, layovers, early morning departures, walking through airports, carrying luggage, and adjusting to new time zones. It all adds up. While younger travelers can bounce back after a few hours of rest, seniors often take much longer to recover. Take the case of George, a 75-year-old retiree who booked a 2-week European tour. He expected to have the time of his life, but by day 3, he was completely drained. The daily sightseeing, crowded tourist attractions, and constant movement left him feeling exhausted. By the time he adjusted to the new time zone, the trip was nearly over. He spent the next few weeks at home recovering from a vacation that was supposed to be enjoyable. The truth is, as we age, our bodies take longer to recover from exertion, and pushing beyond physical limits can lead to serious health risks. Travel fatigue can weaken the immune system, increase the risk of falls, and worsen chronic pain or arthritis. Dehydration is another hidden danger. Many older adults don't drink enough water when traveling, which can lead to dizziness, confusion, and even hospital visits. So how do you travel without exhausting yourself? The key is planning for slower travel. Instead of jam-packed itineraries, allow for rest days between activities. Book direct flights whenever possible to minimize layovers and long waits. Choose hotels with elevators and easy accessibility rather than ones requiring long walks or stairs. Bring a lightweight, rolling suitcase to avoid unnecessary strain. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you're feeling exhausted, take breaks instead of pushing through. 6. Increased risk of falls and injuries, the silent travel hazard. One of the most serious but overlooked dangers of traveling after 70 is the increased risk of falling. As we age, balance, coordination, and muscle strength naturally decline, making it easier to trip or slip, especially in unfamiliar places. And unlike a minor stumble at home, a fall while traveling can result in serious injuries like broken hips, head trauma, or sprained joints, which can completely derail a trip. Imagine visiting a historic city with uneven cobblestone streets, steep stairs, and dimly lit alleyways. One wrong step, and you could find yourself in a foreign hospital with a cast instead of enjoying your vacation. This is exactly what happened to Helen, a 78-year-old traveler who slipped on a wet sidewalk in Paris. She fractured her hip, spent days in a hospital, and had to be medically evacuated back home. A costly and painful experience she never saw coming. Beyond the obvious dangers of falling, travel often requires carrying bags, stepping into unfamiliar bathrooms, or walking on slippery cruise ship decks, all of which can increase the likelihood of injury. Many older travelers also experience dizziness due to medication side effects or dehydration, making falls even more likely. The solution? Minimize fall risks by being proactive. Always wear supportive shoes with good grip instead of flip-flops or dress shoes. Use walking aids like canes or hiking poles if needed, and avoid high-risk areas like uneven streets or poorly lit paths at night. If booking a hotel or cruise, ask for rooms with safety features like grab bars in the bathroom. And above all, travel with a companion or in a group. Having someone to assist in case of an emergency can be life-saving. 7. Emotional and mental strain, the hidden psychological toll of travel. Many people associate travel with joy, adventure, and new experiences. But for seniors, the reality can be more complex. Traveling after 70 can bring unexpected stress, anxiety, and even loneliness, especially for those who are used to routine and familiarity. The excitement of a trip can quickly turn into emotional exhaustion when faced with unfamiliar environments. One of the biggest challenges is adjusting to new surroundings. Even if you've traveled before, the changes that come with age, such as slower cognitive processing, reduced adaptability, or heightened sensitivity to sensory overload can make travel overwhelming. Imagine navigating a busy airport, dealing with delayed flights, or trying to figure out public transportation in a foreign city. These challenges can lead to frustration, confusion, or even panic attacks. For seniors who travel alone, loneliness can be an unexpected problem. While solo travel may be exciting for younger generations, it can feel isolating for older adults. Being in an unfamiliar place without a support system can amplify feelings of disconnection. And for those who have lost a spouse or are used to the comfort of home, the absence of familiar companionship can make a trip feel less enjoyable. Additionally, jet lag and sleep disruption can worsen emotional well-being. Lack of rest makes it harder to cope with stress, leading to irritability or even depression during a trip. Studies show that older adults take longer to recover from sleep deprivation, making it essential to plan for gradual adjustment to new time zones and prioritize rest during travel. How can seniors manage emotional strain while traveling? The first step is choosing destinations and itineraries that align with your comfort level. If new environments feel overwhelming, opt for guided tours where logistics are handled for you. If traveling alone, consider group travel programs designed for seniors, which offer companionship and structured activities. Finally, keep regular communication with family or friends through phone or video calls. Sometimes just hearing a familiar voice can ease travel-related anxiety. 8. Financial risks. How travel can become a costly mistake. Travel is expensive at any age, but for seniors, financial risks go beyond just the cost of flights and hotels. Unexpected medical emergencies, scams targeting older travelers, and last-minute cancellations can lead to major financial losses, sometimes wiping out thousands of dollars in savings. One of the biggest financial dangers is medical expenses abroad. Many seniors assume their health insurance will cover them anywhere, only to find out too late that medical treatment in another country is not included. A single night in a foreign hospital can cost thousands of dollars, and medical evacuation to return home can range from $20,000 to $100,000, a cost that most seniors are not prepared for. Then, there's the issue of last-minute trip cancellations due to health issues. Many seniors book vacations months in advance, assuming they'll be healthy when the time comes. But what happens if you develop a sudden illness and have to cancel? Most airlines and hotels have strict refund policies, meaning you could lose thousands of dollars if you don't have travel insurance that covers trip cancellations for medical reasons. Scams are another major concern. Criminals often target older travelers, knowing they may be less familiar with digital fraud or local scams. Fake taxi drivers overcharge, street vendors sell counterfeit goods, and online travel scams offer unbelievable vacation deals that turn out to be fake. In some cases, seniors have fallen victim to pickpockets and credit card fraud, losing their money or having their accounts compromised while traveling. So how can seniors protect their finances while traveling? First, always purchase comprehensive travel insurance that covers medical expenses, trip cancellations, and emergency evacuations. Second, avoid carrying large amounts of cash and use a credit card with fraud protection. Be cautious of deals that seem too good to be true and research local scams before arriving at your destination. Finally, inform your bank of your travel plans to prevent your card from being frozen due to foreign transactions. The reality of travel after 70. Is it still worth it? After discussing all these risks, you might be wondering, should seniors even travel at all? Is it too dangerous, too stressful, or too expensive? The answer is no. You don't have to stop traveling, but you do need to travel differently. Instead of high-risk trips with long flights, extreme weather, or physically demanding activities, seniors can choose destinations and travel styles that prioritize comfort, safety, and enjoyment. For example, instead of backpacking through Europe or navigating chaotic cities, consider cruise vacations, train journeys, or guided tours with senior-friendly amenities. Instead, opt-for more relaxed travel experiences that day. Additionally, seniors should consider domestic travel as in road trips, luxury train rides, or short domestic flights can be. Finally, it's important to redefine what travel means. Many seniors feel pressure to take big trips because they see others doing it or fear missing out. But travel isn't about checking off a list of destinations. It's about creating meaningful experiences that enhance your quality of life. Sometimes, this means shorter, closer to home trips with loved ones rather than long-haul adventures. Final thoughts: travel smart, stay safe, and enjoy life. Travel after 70 isn't impossible, but it requires careful planning and realistic expectations. The goal is to travel in a way that enhances your life, not one that drains your energy, finances, or health. By acknowledging and preparing for the risks, seniors can still enjoy fulfilling and memorable travel experiences. Whether it's ensuring proper health precautions, managing medications effectively, preventing falls, or avoiding financial pitfalls, a little planning can go a long way in making travel safe and enjoyable. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you had a challenging travel experience as a senior? What adjustments have you made to travel safely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to learn from your experiences. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another tip on living your best life after 70. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.